Boom.
Are we live?
We're live.
Cool. Let me finish some of this. All right, cool. So, all right.
All right, so we're gonna kind of talk and work through some technical difficulties, just because it's
Like right now.
fun, and all that good stuff. Cheers to everybody who's already hopped on. That's awesome.
Man,
I appreciate it.
Can always rely on old Mojo. I knew he was going to hop on. My
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're trying to get this navigate. Now, see, most of the time we're at Zach's house. We're actually at my house today because that's kind of the way we're rolling with the live streams. These will be at my house. We're still kind of working through our.
I'm going to get a water. You want anything?
I'm good.
I guess I can keep talking to you and you're here.
We're going to kind of work through all of this stuff together. It should be fun and all this other. Now I don't know what to do with my hands. Now I just want to say hi to everybody. I know everybody's putting cheers on. Cheers to you guys too. We totally appreciate you all jumping on with us on a Friday night at 9 o'clock. We were hoping to do this a little bit earlier, but I played in a golf scramble today, and it took a little bit longer. And in traffic, it is state fair time here in the city of Louisville as well. And so traffic's terrible, all that good stuff. I did, however, figure out my golf swing. I played 2 days ago, and it was just hot garbage. And today I played in the scramble. We finished 14 under, pretty good. I think we finished fourth place, so it's all good. I know y'all don't care about me playing golf or whatever, but that's okay. Let me see who's on here for sure. I think I got through.
By the way, if everybody could just hear me as I was getting water, that's hilarious.
Oh, I'm sure that they can because you are connected.
I wonder if they could hear what your wife's watching in there in the living room.
Well, Mojo, I definitely didn't get to see you. I wish I would have. I was around for sure. I wasn't. I didn't have poison ivy. I didn't have any reckless things happening to me as far as that goes. It was kind of actually a pretty good day for me. So wasn't too bad.
Oh shoot!
What's everybody sipping on tonight as we're kind of getting jumped into this and trying to figure out everything going on? I definitely didn't pour enough water, but that's okay. I'll sip water.
I guess you can go over there and get water.
I'm not getting toilet water.
Don't you don't have a sink in there?
I do, but it's kind of dirty water.
Listen,
you
can't have tap water.
I mean, I don't necessarily love tap water.
This is the kind of bouginess.
All right. Who else in here doesn't love the old tap water? Maybe you don't live in an area that tap water is good too. So we actually have pretty decent tap water.
I was getting ready to say, we're sitting on a big limestone shelf. So
I just prefer to get mine out of the refrigerator, which is technically tap water. It's filtered through my tap water. Yeah. And a little chilled, yeah, for sure. Hey, Ron, what's up? Good to see you. I didn't go to Costco today. I was too busy playing in a scramble.
This will be a great story to tell.
Doug, for sure, tap water in Florida sucks. It is the worst.
Well, that's different though. I always say they're salt.
You might as well think ours is fresh spring water from Mount Fiji as compared to Florida. That is true.
So really quick, can I tell the Costco story of that Ron?
Tell
Okay,
me.
so I ran into Ron at Costco today. Our buddy Ron, that's the Ron that works at Bardstown. Love Ron, one of our people. So I'm going to Costco to get a couple things. Run into him and his wife's there. Ron and I are walking to go meet his wife.
Yeah,
because she's getting groceries.
Yeah.
And this dude flew around us, right? So I was like, I guess a little impatient. Ron and I are walking. We're not like,
Yeah.
I mean, we're strolling, I guess. Like we're not like power walking, but and so we get back and we meet up with his wife. We're all sitting there talking. I'm getting ready to leave. And the same dude who ran around us before, he's like, you guys are blocking the way. He like runs around like, all right, whatever, just impatient. And then as he's making the turn around, I guess like to go get like paper towels or whatever.
Yeah.
Ron's wife points out, he's like, he just flipped us off. So I'm just sitting there like,
that's funny.
I don't know. Never had a bad experience at Costco.
Hey, there's a first time for everything. Daniel, what's the proof on your Elijah Craig barrel pick, the store pick that you got? Ooh,
I brought a bunch of stuff from Pours in the Barn.
Yeah,
so
it's bourbon in the barn, but
bourbon in the barn, whatever. Bourbon in the barn that we haven't tried yet. So that was kind of the stuff I brought.
The only thing that would have made it better, Ron, is if you would have actually gotten a picture of the guy flipping him off. That would have been perfect. And then the hashtag Costco memories would definitely work good. So you want me to work on this? Oh gosh, this is going to be impossible. You got it, because
I guess I can do it. Yeah, Costco memories for sure. Tim, you guys tried Disco 12? Just here supposedly. Ron, have I tried Disco 12? I think I'm the only person that he knows that hasn't tried Disco 12.
I might have tried Disco 12.
You definitely tried Disco 12.
As a matter of fact, I got to try Disco 2, which I'd never had either. And I didn't try Disco 12 on that trip. I got to just mysteriously just show up at Bardstown one day, totally out of the blue. I got to try a couple of things there that are up the chute there a little bit. What did Ron say?
Oh, nothing. Hasn't been a release of it yet, so he doesn't know.
Ron, we're not talking to you. Like this is not anything to do with Bardstown.
By the way, did I see Franchi in here? Gary Franchi? There he is. Gary's like, I tried Disco 12 as well.
Gary, how did that happen?
Not by Ron. No. Publicly. Not by Ron.
Never. Ron never does that stuff. Hey, by the way, we did a review of the Bardstown High Wheat.
That's good.
It's so good.
I'm not saying that because Ron's in here.
I'm not.
Officially, I'm still like the last guy who hasn't tried Disco 12 yet.
Yeah, that is true.
But no, that is really, I can't recommend that enough.
Yeah. I kind of wish you brought it back with you today.
I almost did.
And then,
I still want to post some pictures and do some stuff with it. So
yeah.
I almost did do that.
Gary, that's hilarious.
What?
He said he blended 11 and 1 and made 12.
Gary, I'm upset that you were here in Kentucky and I was working. I just couldn't see you, buddy. I seen your text like the other day because this week I've worked a very weird schedule. And so I've basically slept through everything. Like I still got to reach out to Justin again. He texts me again about Discord.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. And I'm just like, I'm working this week. I got off today. We were going to do the live stream because we have an announcement. And then I pack up in 4 a.m. I'm going to Emerald Island. So I'm out of town.
Yeah.
So if anybody
wants vacation isn't my thing, it's Zach's thing this time.
Literally my once a year vacation.
Yeah, so true. Rob, you've not had Disco 12 either. You've not had it either.
That is true, Gary. You always want Gary, isn't that mostly though for your daughter? Like you just don't want your daughter to be yelling at you for not reaching out.
Yeah.
But
all right, so this, give a shout out. It was from Eric, who lives in Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
He lives down by Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee. He's become a friend over the years, and he gets to do picks through this Red Hot Liquors. I think this is kind of his go-to store. Shout out if you're ever in Cleveland, Tennessee, and Lee University, anywhere around there, look up Red Hot Liquors and all that good stuff. And Eric, thanks.
Yeah, it was talking about Pours in the Barn. There was a lot of rare characters going around.
Yes, there were.
There was a lot. You know what I didn't see? I did not see as much exceptional. I thought I'd see a lot more of that.
There were a few exceptional, but not as many as I thought. It was mostly these single barrels and stuff. And this is a single barrel rye.
Mm-hmm. This is around 7 years old. The mash bill is a 51%, 45, 4%. So, I mean, it's just a barely legal rye. Does it say where? Was distilled in Indiana, though. Aged in Kentucky.
I can't remember what he said this was. Eric, you're probably not on here, but
if you are,
did you go on this pick? I can't remember if you said you went. I think you said you went on this pick. Most of the time, those are ones that you go on.
That's good.
Ooh,
man, that really turned. That went from very rye forward to like a pop of fruit there.
Yeah, the fruit really
that
on the
apple
backside
just kind of
really
pops
good.
on it. That's really nice. Cheers, John. I see you in there. Man, that's really good.
Oh, no telling what you heard from Pours in the Barn stories.
Oh, well, so that Four Roses Father's Day barrel that we get, or the bottle that we gave them, they were drinking it. And then in the middle of it, I popped in there. I was at work.
Yeah.
I work swing shift for everybody who doesn't know. So I work 12-hour swings sometimes.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. You work. All right.
Super swingy.
But I popped in there really quick. And like the two things took away was everybody loved the Four Roses and Cam does not like Wild Turkey Triumph.
Oh.
I love that bottle. Price sucks. I agree the price sucks. But
what didn't he like about it? The price?
I just don't think
I've had better rye. I mean, I've had better ryes this year.
What do you think's been a better rye this year?
Gosh dang. If you wouldn't have asked it, this is actually better than that.
Okay. You think?
Yeah, I like this better.
I don't know.
I don't know if I like it better, but I like it equal, and it was way less pricey.
Okay. Let me say this. And you and I were talking about this the other day. Everything Wild Turkey price-wise sucks now.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we can all agree on that. I was actually just even talking to Paul about this today. Like, it just sucks on the price. But
like the laser cut.
This is why I love Gary.
Yeah.
But the product itself is still really good. Now, I understand that you have to talk about price for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get all of that. But man, like if you're not factoring the price of it, just the quality of it, I think it's just really good. But, Kim has a good palate too. So, and he's, him and Sarah have been picking all these ryes everywhere they go. So they probably had quite a bit of good ryes this year. Oh, man. So anyways, what do you think of it? I mean, this is really good.
It is really good.
Okay, actually, I'll take it back. It's just shy of 7 years. It's 6 years, 11 months, 118 proof. This is so much better than the cask strength Total Wine one that's around.
Yeah. And I'm not generally a huge lover of the rare character.
Cheers, Brian.
That's not usually my favorite, drink. I've had some that I like. You like that pink bottle one. I don't know which one that.
Oh my gosh,
it was fine. It was fine to me.
I love that thing.
I didn't love it.
I love it.
Yeah, I know you love it.
That thing. Gosh, that thing is so good.
Yeah,
I still owe Ryan a good port for that. But all right, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. The other two bottles I definitely want to make sure that we try tonight is the bottle John gave us, or not John, Joe.
Yeah, Joe gave us.
And
yeah, for sure.
than the bottle that Ken gave
Oh, yeah.
us.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll make sure I pull these
These
out.
are all ones that we kind of...
I brought this one because this one was just left in our room, and I know how much you love this.
Listen, anybody on this stream want this Rio? I will personally box it up and get it out of my house.
It's all right. Here's the thing. The first time I had it, it was good. It was unique. It does.
Justin, it's yours.
It does get.
Justin, it's yours. Personally message me and I will send you this bottle. Look me up on Facebook if you're on Facebook.
Yeah, because he won't respond to anything else. And then this
text. I could give you my text, but I don't know that I want to do that over a live stream.
I swear the amount of spam I will make sure you have and claim it with everybody else.
Yeah, what else did we get?
So here's what's funny. So we were given these 3 bottles here, and then these 3 bottles were left in our room.
That was left. We got one more from Ken. We got a High West.
Oh, I did leave the High West.
We got a High West from Ken too. A store pick from Ken lives out in Arizona, so it was a store pick High West out in Arizona. I think one of his stores that he frequents and stuff like that.
Brian, yes, they are dropping this week. If you are in Kentucky, a whole bunch of Buffalo Trace allocations dropping this week. So, and it's a lot.
Rob,
it's a lot.
Rob, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'll post. Anyways, all right. So,
yes, Brian, I picked up a CYPB. I think. Did you get one too? He got it. He got a CYPB as well.
Pretty much. I would say a combination of this week, next week. If you are around at least Louisville, I can't speak for Lexington or Northern Kentucky. I would say there's going to be chances to get it. Sure, regulars will be taken care of, but they're literally getting so much. There's not enough stores that have that many regulars, so it's going to drop.
Hey, Bike and Bourbon.
Bourbon Retriever, how's it going, buddy?
No, that's not our first live stream, but it's our first live stream in
a year,
a minute. No, in probably 2 years. We never could work out how we wanted to do it and all that stuff, and then we were also trying to. It's been kind of a process for me to kind of work through my this set at the house and all that. I have a connection with a guy who kind of did our background for us, and it just took a long time. Shout out to Scott Hall. Appreciate it. You're probably not on here, but you do subscribe to our channel. So if you see this, shout out to you. Appreciate your work on this. Justin, I'm serious. Are you going to send us, if you send me your address, I will bottle this and give it to you. So you were the first one to say me. So this bottle can go to you. I will make it so that it gets to you in one piece.
Cheese 10.
If any of you work at UPS, ignore what I just said.
Cheese 1022. I do not know if that Hardin Creek corn whiskey is Kentucky exclusive or not. I know Jim Beam had it for a long time. I don't know if they still do, to be honest with you. I haven't loved the Hardin Creeks came out. They've been good. I won't say they're bad. I'm also not a corn whiskey guy. So I haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't had it. I've talked to a couple people that have. They haven't loved it.
I like corn. I like Mexican street corn. I like corn on the cob. I like lots of things in corn, but just corn whiskey is not my favorite.
Hey, Ron just put, there's 100 people in chat. Make sure you smash that like and subscribe button. Appreciate that, Ron. Yes, that would be awesome.
Hey, also, did you, has Heaven Hill put anything out? Any releases out? Any release, email release?
So for what?
Okay, so I've heard a rumor.
All right, time out. Is this something you're allowed to talk about?
I've just heard a rumor. No, I don't. No, it's not any backhand comments.
This literally should be great.
No, just pay attention this weekend. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, you're talking about the grains to glass? Yeah, they announced that.
Did they? I couldn't remember.
There's actually two things they announced. So they announced the grains to glass.
It's releasing tomorrow. Yeah.
And then there's
I think you have to buy all three of them.
Probably.
It is like a package deal.
Yeah.
And they're doing the Michter's thing.
And then they're doing so you get like a Heaven Hill Bonbon.
Yeah.
And then they're also doing a cigar pairing tasting something. It's a little pricey, but they're also doing one of those as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we want to drink next really quick? We'll drink something else, and we'll talk about our big announcement.
Good shout out. The Rio is off the table. It will become Justin's.
Let's see.
Justin, I'm Dave Parkerson on Facebook. David Parkerson.
Really quick, John Cloud, he said, is Oh Granddad 114 being discontinued? I have not heard that. I've asked around. I know Randy posted a video about that. I know there's been some conversations about that. I haven't been told if it is or isn't. But like normally I think I would hear about that being discontinued.
You would think, yeah.
Because we have some good friends out there at Jim Beam, and we haven't been told that. So I would think we kind of would have.
Yeah.
So, and here's the other thing about that. There is so much Oh Granddad out there. You'll hear about it and then it'll go away.
Yeah.
Like it'll take some time. So, man, that smells good.
Yeah. It does.
Doug, you're dang right. We don't talk about Fight Club. So the barrels are, I don't know, what barrels are those in the background?
Those are, I honestly do not know. They were from, I have a buddy.
Bourbon Retriever, yes, that is actually part of Pappy Gate.
That would be awesome. Now I have a friend who runs a
Pappy Gate
distillery. His called Down Home. Some of you around here probably know Down Home.
Man, this is nosing pretty good.
So anyway, he runs Down Home, and I asked him for a couple of barrels because I was trying to do something with the set. Didn't love them in their place, but I kind of like them now. They've grown on me a bit. And again, we're still working on this back here. This is just kind of some randomness that's back here.
The set is a work in progress.
Yeah.
So just remember that.
It'll grow as we grow.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
Man, this nose is incredible.
Yeah. I'm not generally a lover of port finish, but I do like finished stuff for sure. Here, let me move this. I'm just taking Rio off.
You're so upset about
just
Rio.
Put that back there. I can't remember who it was that put that in there.
I don't know. We had some people. I was roaming too much
I kind of stayed
bourbon in the bar.
Kind of around at the room because although Rob and Jim and
Jack
and those guys were kind of around, and I trust them to do that.
I'm seeing somebody say, is Jack Daniel's 14 coming this year? I don't know, but I am about ready to be down at Jack Daniel's.
Gosh, I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
And I will try to find out. I don't know if I can say I'm about ready to be down at Jack Daniel's, but whenever.
It's a known fact of what's there. What's going on.
Yeah, but still, I don't know.
Yeah.
But whenever I go down there, I'm asking literally about three things. Barrel picks.
Cheers, Ron. Talk to you later.
See you, buddy. Barrel pick, 14-year, and Coy Hill. Those are the three things I'm asking about. And hopefully eating great barbecue. That's all I can say.
So upset. So upset.
Oh, man. It's so good.
Yeah. This is the Sagamore Reserve. This is port finish rye.
Oh, that's really good. The nose on it is so, there's like a light cherry Dr. Pepper note on there on the nose. And then that palate just opens up, and it's a really nice, it's still like a little soda, but there is some really nice bubblegum notes followed by just that traditional Sagamore Rye profile.
You definitely taste the port, like the port part of it in that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it is good.
So really quick, guys, while I'm soaking that in, I cannot get over this nose. Yeah. This is awesome. Anyways, so the reason why we were doing live stream, well, we're going to start doing live streams. We won't do them every week. My schedule and your schedule will allow for that. Mostly mine, to be fair.
We'll try to do at least two a month, probably. Yeah, 2 to 3 a month, something like that.
So, but one of the things that we are doing, we have been asked about this for years at this point, and I don't want to say refused to, but we didn't want to do it because for a multitude of reasons. But we're finally launching a Patreon. Yeah. And we're going to do it. We're going to try to do it right. We will adapt and evolve and whatever else. But we are launching one. And that should post that. And then I can pin it. I think I can pin it. Yeah. So anyways, basically there's going to be a bunch of different tiers. We will, our barrel picks will strictly go through there. We're hoping eventually, some of them might have to go to public, but we're hoping that we can keep them all in there, all in-house.
Yeah.
We'll have also merch going in there. We'll have some specialty things, giveaways, or our meetup stuff that we're doing, because I'm already thinking of meetup ideas and stuff like that. Just really working on trying to build a community because, Dave and I, there was some stuff that I was looking at doing last year, and then this past year's kind of been crazy for me family wise. And there's some things I've been wanting to do, as in just community and stuff, because we have a little community here.
Yeah,
it's not as big as what I think it could be, but Pours in the Barn, I had multiple people come up and say to me, it's you had people all around, right? And they're you had a bunch of people sitting on the couches.
Yeah.
You had some people inside sitting down, and then they're nobody could figure out the room where everybody was gathered around. There was a room out there in the courtyard, and that was our room.
Yeah.
That was where everybody was.
Yeah.
So it's just the fact that we had, just our own little chair section and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was just kind of cool. And, there's a lot of people who we've introduced to each other that now became friends.
Yeah.
People who literally live, somebody might live in Pennsylvania and they became friends with people in Florida because of us. So, overall, it's just, I think this is a good opportunity to do all of that. We're doing this with Patreon. We have a couple barrel picks I think we have pretty much lined up that we're going to do. I want to do one first with a certain somebody who we just literally say goodnight to.
Yeah.
But then
he basically said he would murder us if we didn't do it.
Has to be
with him first.
So anyways, we have some really good ideas. I think we'll be a little different than everybody in the sense of some ideas that we're doing with kind of the
I appreciate it. TV Yankee fan. Do you know who that is?
No.
Okay. I didn't know. No, I appreciate it.
Thank you. But I think we have some ideas that nobody else is doing in some of the higher tiers to make it worth it. Because my whole thing is I want to make it worth it to everybody. So if somebody's not happy, I want to try to figure out to do a good job for you guys. So.
Yeah, Daniel. Not a chance that Rio will ever be a first pick.
Okay, now hear me out, Dave.
No.
There's never been a Rio pick done. If Ross and Squib came to us and it's to make things, to build a relationship with you all.
We force you to do a Rio.
You have to. We'll give you the opportunity for a Rio pick.
I'm still not doing it.
But we do it for the community.
I can't do it. It's just, it is, of all the bourbons in the world, it is the one. It is the one that hits my palate completely wrong.
But maybe we can get more honey than whatchamacallit. By the way, Justin just said something saying his wife's going to reach out to you.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yep, it still has the same smell. I don't care if this is batch 3 or 4 or whatever batch this is. It is not my jam. Justin, I won't open that again. You will be the first one to open that bottle. Richard, thank you so much. We totally appreciate it. We're hoping to have fun with this. Like I think that's the biggest thing for Zach and I both. Like,
yeah,
if it ain't fun, I usually don't want to do it. And this has been fun for us, and this is kind of the next evolution in it. And so hopefully this just kind of builds our community even a little bit more.
Well, and here's what I'll say about us doing a Patreon. We are one of the last, I feel like last channels.
We really are.
That have started a Patreon.
I think we had like 4, I had like 4 or 5 people talk to me at Bourbon in the Barn, and we're like, you realize like your all's channel is like one of the biggest channels that doesn't do Patreon.
And like the whole point, like there's a lot of reasons to do Patreon. Like realistically, we understand like the community aspect, the cool access to things that will help, like doing barrel picks, networking, getting to hang out with you guys. Like one of the things will be like, once we go do barrel picks, like we'll do like, we'll bring as many people as we can.
Yeah.
Like whatever we can do. Right. And so we have all these things. With that being said, we both have full-time careers. We don't see ourselves ever doing this full-time.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a minister, so you have a higher calling. But this is just something that we wanted to make sure we did right. And even if something isn't going right, like right now, like we will fix it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
It's one thing if one person doesn't like it, but if we don't like something or you all don't like something as a whole, the good thing is like we're not married to a certain idea, but we want to make it worth your all's time. So
Godsport, yeah, okay, we'll do that next. We'll do that Middle West next, just to kind of give you some idea of what we think about it. I've seen the bottle, I just haven't tried the bottle.
I've had some Middle West stuff. Now, I think, so I had it whenever it first came out. And I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I didn't love it. Now,
there was a sherry finish from Middle West that I really enjoyed that was at the bar at Liquor Barn for a long time. And I would drink on it every once in a while. But it was like $150 and it wasn't that good. Like it wasn't good enough to spend $150 on.
All right, Gary, I can promise you, Patreon member or not, if
Gary
Ross and Squib calls me tomorrow and is like, hey man, a Rio pick is yours. You have dibs.
Gary, you can have my spot.
We'll collab our channels.
Listen,
that's what we'll do.
Gary, you can call yourself David.
Yeah.
On that.
Oh man.
Yankee fan, like I get that. I've done 2. Zach's probably done several more than that. He's gotten the opportunity to do some cool ones. Some cool barrel picks and stuff like that. My first one was the Wilderness Trail, and I
would still love to go do that.
Yeah,
I haven't.
It was super cool. I loved doing the Wilderness Trail. I got to do it with my buddy Andrew and the people of Evergreen, Cox's Evergreen, and then just was able to do one with our good buddies the other day. So it was cool. Oh, Justin. Yeah. What's up, man? I met Justin at Evergreen Wednesday, and he just had a baby. So, boom, baby boy named Miles, right? It was Miles. I'm 97% sure it was Miles. And he said he was sneaking away because he needed a little time. And he was getting food for his wife as well. So.
We've all been there. We have literally all been there. Justin, first off, congrats. That's awesome. Hope everybody's happy, healthy, and everything else. Second, the fact that Dave bought you a port, there's probably only been 2 people, and you're one of them. So I don't think he's ever bought me a port. So, like, I look at the stuff that's open. I'm like, what am I going to drink tonight? And what did I do? I brought a bag full of stuff.
You did bring a bag full of
stuff.
That's the way it happens. Rob, this is what I would say. I would take that Dancing Goat rum over Rio, and the Dancing Goat was hot garbage.
Did we try that?
This was in our little Wednesday night.
Oh, yeah. That was your Wednesday night.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
John did that bottle, and it was super terrible.
All right, so we tried
let's do the Middle West.
This was just left.
How did it even get to our room?
I don't know. You were
this has gotten better.
I know that.
Yeah, that
we're going to review that one.
Yeah, that Sagamore has gotten better for sure.
Cool.
Justin, I'm glad you hopped on here and said something because that's super cool. I can't wait to hang out with you again at Evergreen.
Hey, Justin, whenever you do, let me know. I'll come down there so we can buy both of us a pour.
No, it'll only be for you.
Sounds about right.
Which one is what, Doug?
Is that the SAG new drop or last year's? Dennis, that's a great question.
That's a great question. So Joe lives up by Sagamore. This is the guy who gave this bottle to us. And I feel like, is it a distillery only one?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm not sure. He just said that this was one that we needed to have. And so he gave us a bottle of it. Joe, shout out to you if you're on here. If you're not,
he might be working.
He's a nurse. So
this is the Middle West Spirit Straight Wheated Bourbon Whiskey.
Oh, a good.
This is batch number 77.
A Whiskey Boss. If you look up at the top, you see it. We literally just dropped Patreon.
Yeah, that was part of the reason why we did live stream tonight.
Yeah. So if you see that.
Something else too. We are talking about Patreon stuff. We'll have different tiers. We'll have Glens that will go out. We'll have flasks that will go out. Shirts that will go out. I think this is actually going to be the shirt, right?
It may not be that color. I did a sample color, but I like that color actually.
Yeah.
So
probably
that's kind of like a navy color.
Probably what we'll do is we'll post some stuff in there and we'll let the members kind of decide on the shirt colors, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And everything else. And I'm really happy with the people.
Oh, yes, Doug. We just put the Middle West into a Glen.
I'm really happy with the people that we're working with the Glens and the flask. What's their
distillery products?
What's the name of the guy though? Is it Justin?
No. If you wouldn't have asked me, I would have been able to tell you.
Seems really nice.
He is super nice. Yankee fan. I'm sure you do. This is quite the Yankee blue.
So,
for sure.
Yankee fan, just let me tell you something. I've kind of given up on baseball, to be fair. But before I gave up on baseball, I was a Yankees fan. Side chick being that Reds fan, because I worked at Slugger Field for 9 years as a vendor, as a cotton candy, snow cone, funnel cake vendor in high school, college, that time. So I have a soft spot for the Reds. But I mean, through and through, I'm a Yankees fan. But that really just comes down to how much I just hate Boston. I hate Boston and everything. So.
Yeah. Are y'all talking about baseball? Because I don't even know what y'all are talking
about. I know.
What was I looking up? I was looking up something for you. What's his face's name? I got you. It just takes me a minute.
And yeah, Richard, I feel like we're pretty much always going to have blue and white in some way, shape, or form as our main colors. If you don't know.
His name is Carson.
Carson. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Carson.
We're both basically our two favorite sports teams that we watch is UK and Dallas, which that's a crap show in and of itself right now. But so it will pretty much always be in some way, shape, form blue, a lighter blue, dark blue, whatever,
gray.
Yeah, something like that.
Dennis, I'd be interested in the pumpernickel cast strength. That would be definitely interesting. Middle West, they try to do some crazy things.
Mm-hmm. Caleb, I'm not a Penn State fan. Actually, I think our coaches hate one another in football. Hate one another.
This is not bad. It's Randall.
Oh,
that is
man.
that might get me a pour Rio if I really wanted it. That's hilarious. Thank you, Randall. I don't know if we can do the Gator Blue, Richard. I'm not sure we can get there.
I don't know how to highlight that. Can you do it since you launched it?
What?
That
I'm sure I couldn't. No, it's not letting me do that. It's how.
Anyways, Randall, that is too nice, too kind. Thank you very much, bud. And yeah, whoever said Gator Blue, Richard.
Hey, Copper Wolf, that's the Middle West I was talking about, the Oloroso sherry weeded one. It was interesting. I liked the sherry part on the front of it, but they wanted, I mean, it was like $130, $140 or something. It just, I couldn't wrap my head around actually spending that for it.
So I remember the last 2 times I've tried Middle West stuff. Yeah, I feel like every time I go to it, I need to let it open up a little bit on the nose.
I feel like
I can like seriously, I see it like opening as I'm just waiting to drink on it.
Yeah. I don't love this, but I think it's because it lacks a little finish on the backside. Listen, Doug, I think we were all kind of in shock when it. So I started getting like messages from people going, Cal is going to Arkansas, and I was like, what are you talking about? This can't be true. And like the more I mean, truthfully, I'm honestly happy.
I am too.
Because I wish him well. I'm not sure if it'll work in Arkansas or not. I'm not sure if his antiquated coaching method is going to translate anymore or not. But the guy's still a heck of a recruiter, still convinces kids to come and be a part of the program, which I appreciate. Like, we reaped the benefits of that for 15 years. Well, maybe 12 years. And then the last 3 years were, I mean, we still got good recruits.
Yeah. I don't think out of
Robert Lee, we do have a Pope.
We do. At the end of the day with Cal, I just don't think Cal was going to change from what he was doing. So you were just going to get more of the same. And it sucks. Like, it sucks. That's how it went.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to Kentucky basketball, that's how it's always going to go. Unless you're just like legitimately great like that for a long period of time.
Yeah. That was courtesy of the old Oakland Golden Grizzlies.
Thanks, Rob. I'm married to mute.
Rob, I actually kind of wanted to go when we were up in Detroit. I kind of wanted to go to the campus because it was right there. I was like,
I literally refused.
I liked it. I even got a Oakland sweatshirt from Rob to commemorate the fact that we got to change coaches because of that. Several things, but so far it's been the Sagamore, then this.
Yeah, I think the Midwest is good. I don't think, but I would want to know the price of it because I feel like
kind of expensive.
I feel like some of them are and some of them are more reasonable.
Maybe this one's reasonable.
But this is like really crushable though. Like there's nothing really that's like super offensive about it.
No,
there's nothing that there's nothing that I love about it to where I'd be like, man, I'd love to keep going back to this.
Yeah. The Robert, I think that is the plan for Pope. I think he wants to retain players, which is super cool. Like, hopefully we can get to know these guys for more than a year. I think we're gonna spend some more time getting to know these guys than what we have in the past. I feel like we're going back to like early 90s kind of Kentucky feel with Pope at the helm.
Here
Maybe not basketball style. I think we're going to play fast, but maybe not basketball complete style. Okay, thanks, Robert. So this is like $45 in Florida, you said.
Okay, yeah, no, that's a much better thing. Like I said, I think that's actually really crushable.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways. There's a couple of people asking if this is a new set. So this will be our new live stream. This is actually over at Dave's house.
Yeah,
so
this is my house.
A little behind the scenes stuff. So Dave always drives over to my house.
Yeah, and we live depending on traffic, 35 to 45 minutes apart,
or 2 hours depending on traffic today.
Yeah, just depending on traffic.
But so Dave and I talked about doing live streams and stuff like that. And I remember talking to you about this a long time ago. To be fair, it would be nice if you had a set.
Yeah.
So that way I can drive to you.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that. It's been a work in progress, so we're trying to get it there.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, no, it really has like the whole thing of it's just kind of been slowly evolving.
Thanks,
and stuff
Richard.
Like that.
See you, buddy.
So,
yeah.
But see you, Richard. So yeah. I think it's actually like we're going to build up some more of the backside of it, like bottle wise, shelf wise, whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's turned out really well.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really, really happy with it.
Yeah. And just as a reminder for anybody who's just popping on, we did officially launch Patreon tonight. So if that's something that interests you, great. We'd love to have you join. But again, we're going to be doing these live streams every once in a while, and no pressure to the Patreon. But if it's something that you want to be a part of, we'd love to have you be a part of it.
Yeah, for sure. Patrick has a great question. I know you guys are amazing at getting pours. My question is, do you enjoy Willet, Purple Top? And if so, what is your favorite one you've had?
All right, Patrick, here's the deal. I have actually had a few Willets that I do enjoy. They're usually not from Willet. They're usually sourced because Willet does historically source from other.
Can I tell you something really funny?
Yeah.
So in one of my group chats I'm in, I was talking to my buddy Tim. Tim.
Oh yeah, Tim. He loves Willet.
Well,
shout out to Tim if you see this.
Well, in our little group chat we're in, one of the guys like, well, we all just can't drink Willet single barrels, man. Like that's all you drink. And he was like, yeah. I was like, nah, he really drinks Jim Beam and Heaven Hill.
Yeah.
And then he's like, Little Brown Foreman.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, so he really drinks three things. He just doesn't drink Willet.
Yeah.
But anyways, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, and so I have had a few. Zach likes Willet, generally speaking. But again, I think most
heck of a pop.
I actually think most of the guys that we run around with in one form or fashion, generally speaking, like Willet. Some love Willet, but they love sourced Willet. And so, in truth, it's not Willet.
Tim is the Willet. Joe knows. So here's my thing about Willet. I'm spilling that everywhere. I totally agree. I think probably some of the best pours I've ever had is sourced Willet. It just, I think if I had to do a top 10 list all time, do I know the barrels off the top of my head? No, I'd probably have to go home and figure that out. So Patrick, if you want me to let you know which ones, I can. But message me like on a video or something, and I'll try to write those down for you whenever. The problem I have with Willet is their stuff for their own purple top stuff is so dang expensive. And most of it's good, but it's not great. Like I would rather, like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, is it cool for it to sit on a shelf? You get all those details of not only the barrel, the proof, and all that stuff. But man, it's a lot of money at the end of the day. So
yeah, Yankee fan, listen, Willet is just expensive. Secondarily, retail, it's just expensive. And so, if you can't find it in your area and you have to go through it secondarily, like there's a lot of pressure to that in the sense of like you're gonna have to pay a lot because people think highly of it. But highly of the source Willet. Like if you have a Willet that is distilled and bottled from Willet, it's expensive, but you can find it at basically retail price on that. So, Clarence, you've had GTS 23, Disco 1011, Lot B, and haven't been blown away. I do love Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. Yep, that's good. Exodus, okay. And some blends. Do I have a trash palate? No.
I don't think you have a trash palate.
No. Like some of those are.
Let me ask you a question. You're saying you haven't been blown away. Does the price of how much you've paid for something affect what your thoughts are? Because the stuff that you're talking about below is cheaper than the stuff that's above.
Yeah.
So that would be my question. If not, if you don't really think that plays a factor into it, it just might be something that you don't prefer because Jack Daniel's is it's just that and the Exodus stuff depending on the blend. It just could be just different.
Yeah.
Like I have a friend. This person is a dear friend of mine. Okay. Absolute biggest Dickel fan I know.
Yeah.
Now, do I question said person's palate? Yeah, a little. But that's just what they prefer. It is what it is. And Dickel's some of the worst stuff out there, in my opinion. That's a big distillery.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Hey, Robert, I saw your message just above Clarence's. Are you seeing any black label single barrels out there? Listen, they come out at the distillery sometimes. And Cox's Evergreen, I think, are the only two people that are really doing
They really are. They really are. I am hoping in like a year or two we'll get our hands on being able to do a pick of Old Forester some point in time, possibly, maybe.
You got to kiss up to them.
No, I won't be getting it through them.
Yeah, that's probably true.
No, I won't. Old Forester? No, I won't be getting it through Old Forester. Who I'll be getting it through.
Shane, listen, we all have our differences. Everybody can't be great, okay? No, hey, for real, Shane, listen.
Justin, I hear Purple
Cooper
Tops tastes
Flag.
like Rio.
Hey, listen. We play each other in November on I think November 12th. And no lie, Cooper Flag is the real deal. Like he's legit. So
I think
as much as I hate Duke, that kid is fun to watch. I hope that the fact that we have all old guys on our team this year, we get you all early in the year so that we don't have to worry about y'all late in the year.
Look, Shane, I'm going to say this about Cooper Flag. If that guy can figure out how to dribble, I think he'll be the best college player that we've seen since Anthony Davis. And I know I'm biased to that, and I know you could say a lot of names out there. I think that dude can be that good. From what I've seen. And it's very small in that sense of everything I've seen. But that dude, he just
all right, Tommy.
He's a grown man.
I got it now. Now that we know that you're good. I would rather know everybody's name anyway, but I know not everybody uses their name for their stuff. So if anybody in there has a name that isn't their sign-in name, TV Yankee fan, good. I'm glad we can call you Tommy.
Rob, is that Dickel Ron?
Ron's gone, so he's not going to be able to answer on that.
Oh, man. Yes, please. Everybody stop what you're doing and hit that like button. That would be huge. It helps us a lot. It's totally free to you.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, that Barrel King is oaky in a lot of good ways. It's
night, Rob. Love you, buddy.
Rob. All right. See you, bud. Glad you were on here for a little bit. Tell Jim he's a sucker for not getting on.
Yeah, I didn't see him on.
I don't know.
That thing. You know what this kind of reminds me of? This kind of and I don't want to say this. There's some cellar age to that I kind of.
There's some oaky. Have you tried it yet?
I haven't.
Yeah, there's a lot of oak. that hits the palate on that.
So really quick with the Barrel King, this is batch number 74.
Rob, you all are in Detroit. You can't get much further north before you actually go into Canada. And nobody wants to go into Canada.
I mean, they have Mr.
Oh, your Huckleberry. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Pulver is the actual name. Okay, cool. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining, man. I'm going to give you a boop. 100. Go hard. Celebrate. We're going to do all of it.
Yeah, this is good on the nose. It's kind of opening up like a barrel proof dusty with like a little bit of cake.
What is this? Nice. Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of, I feel like a little vanilla on the front, and then the oak is really strong on the backside.
Big Vic, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I forgot all about Jason's. I was writing everything down for our schedule about things we have to do.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I forgot all about something. And I had it start. I'm like, there is something going on in Kentucky, and I cannot remember what it is. Vic, thank you so much. I'll have to look into that tomorrow once I get down for vacation, once I get set up.
Big Vic, man. I know you weren't at Bourbon in the Barn.
Missed you this year, buddy.
Yeah, we missed you this year. I was hoping to see you, actually.
Yeah, because I think Jason's event's at Bardstown, if I remember.
It is at Bardstown.
So
because Ron was telling me like it is at Bardstown, not in this. I guess Bardstown is in Bardstown, but.
Brian asked a good question. Do you guys feel like you enjoy bourbons around $100, like Four Roses picks, Lodge Craig Barrel Proof, Odefo picks, etc., more than high dollar allocation because you drink them freely? So I guess you're asking kind of like, since we know they'll be around more, that we'll drink them. I'm assuming that's what you mean, Brian. I don't know if I enjoy them more. Per se,
listen, when I get to drink like his Evan Williams 23
here we go,
or something like that, I really enjoy that a whole lot because I'm not buying that for $400, but I'm glad he did.
If there wasn't already somebody in Whiskey Tube called Much.
Yeah.
I'm trying to I drink a lot of Four Roses more than really anything now.
I go in spurts with Four Roses. Like I'll have moments where I drink a lot of Four Roses and then just kind of fall off.
I don't know if I would say, though, I would prefer that over some rare or whatever just because I don't feel like I'll get it. It's not because I don't feel like I'll get it, but I mean, eventually they got to be drank, right? So, like, for example, whenever I took stuff up to Pours in the Barn this year, like I took up stuff to kill because it's just been open for so long. Like that Russell's 2003, I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, it's time to kill it.
Yeah, it's time to kill it.
So,
Mister, you gotta keep going north of 15 to get to how many M10s he has. I would guess from just 2023, he probably has 22 to 23 of them. I would guess.
Are you asking how many I got as a whole, or how many do I currently have?
How many you got? He's saying how many did you get in 2023? That you're not even counting 2024, which has started into.
You know what? I've only gotten like 2 of the 2024s.
Oh, okay.
Now, what's really funny is, for whatever reason.
Oh, he said got as a whole. So.
Okay. So, really quick, I want to. Nick, what's your favorite Four Roses recipe? I don't really have one. I kind of go off runs.
Yeah.
Like, Four Roses is famous for going on different runs at different times. And I kind of will just go off those.
Yeah.
And that's honestly what I like. But I don't have like a go-to recipe. I used to, and then I would kind of switch and just, it's kind of more now just off of a good run.
Yeah.
So Brian, take a poll. So at one point in time, well, let me back up here. So M10s have
If you get it right, I'll send you the Rio. And Justin, I'll just say sorry to you. I'm just kidding.
No.
Justin, it's yours. It's coming to you.
I have at different. What I've done with M10s. So I live very close to Michter. So
You do.
I'm very fortunate on being able to get them.
You are. This is the one that I have right here. This is my one.
I forgot you had one open.
I do have one open. You can drink some of that.
Oh, I definitely will at some point in time.
It's the A batch too.
The A badge.
Yeah.
That everybody freaks out about. Yeah. Still think that's one of the most funny things from last year. So I've given some of them away. Like I've given some for like baby presents, for moving to Kentucky presents.
No, Justin, I can't send you 2 open bottles.
So we've had that. Oh man. So Robert actually guessed the number. At one point in time, I had 27 of them.
Yeah.
Now, right now, I've drank through like 3 of them, and then I've given away like another 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just shy of like 20 of them. But it's like legitimately one of my favorite things of all time.
Yeah,
Robert, that was a really good guess, buddy.
It won our Bourbon of the Year last year, even though we both had favorite other things.
Yeah, true.
It did win our Bourbon of the Year at the end of the day.
But I haven't legitimately, though, I'll say 2 things. I haven't traded, sold, I haven't done anything with them. Like, I still have them.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing is, I've never liked M10s like that. Like, even this year's M10 is really good. Like, if I had to vote right now, it's probably top 7 this year. Now, that's also partially just because I don't think we've had, like, some monster bottles come out yet. But last year's, man, it just hit that profile that I love. Justin, did somebody say favorite? See, Justin, that's the difference between me and Dave, though. He'll just buy you a pour, okay? Just saying. Yes. Justin, is M10 better than the rye? M10 bourbon?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially the last couple of years. Now, whenever the M10 rye first came out, I don't know if I would say that.
Robert, if you move to Kentucky, move to Louisville. It's the best place to move to.
Dave lives right outside of Bardstown, and I live in southern Indiana. So I live 7 minutes away from Old Forester, 8 minutes away from Michter's, and it's night and day different. If he tells me, like, sometimes he'll go, hey, I just heard this dropped at Michter's, and if I'm in my hometown in Mount Washington, I don't even attempt to go. If I'm driving around somewhere and he'll be like, hey, like one day I was going to downtown and he texted me and said, hey, President's Choice at Old Forester. And I happened to be downtown. I swung by and I got one because I was right there. Yeah.
But other than that, if any of that stuff happens and I'm in Mount Washington, it's a 40-minute drive. And the way bourbon is around here, you're not getting it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, here's what's crazy. So with Old Forester, I say this to everybody. If you are coming to Kentucky and you're doing bourbon hunting, the theory is the closer you are to Old Forester, the better off you do. So what is that?
I don't know if you can do it on this. Boom. Did that show up in your alls?
What did you just do?
Yay! If you give thumbs up, it'll do it.
Tommy, I don't know. I'm debating what I'm drinking now. So, anyways, the thing I would tell you guys is the closer you are to Old Forester, you typically have a better shot because with Heaven Hill, and Willet, for example. Well, actually, Heaven Hill, Willet, and Maker's Mark, whenever they've dropped Cellar's Age. I've been at my house before. I have been able to drive down to all 3 of those distilleries before and score. Now, Heaven Hill, you can't really do that right now.
Yeah. Because they are dropping so much stuff so frequently.
And everybody's
just kind of hanging out at Heaven Hill.
But I've been able to make releases from there before. But yeah, I mean, if you're trying to get Louisville, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Now, for you, on the other hand, it's good for you because, Bardstown you kind of own, like in the sense, like, you can pretty much, as long as you're available, you can get to everything.
Yeah, I can. Hey, Brian, I'm always excited about the William Heaven Hill. I feel like they've been really good the last few years.
Mm-hmm.
And so the chance to get them, the 15 was phenomenal. The 17 was really good. So I'm hoping that this next one is good as well.
Tommy, make sure you reach out to us because I would love to see you.
Yeah, the orange label was it was the suspect one of them all.
But it's so good.
But it was still good.
People slept on that one for so long, and including me, and I went back to it probably, I don't know, it's been forever ago since I had one open.
Yeah.
But whenever I went back to it, I was like, man, this is so good.
Yeah.
And it's just, we didn't appreciate it because I think we'd had a couple before that were really great. And so everybody's kind of like, meh. But what are you doing?
Oh, it's not going to do it. Hold on. Let's see if it did. No, it does a thunderstorm most of the time. All right. It's not working. I like it though, because you can do the thumbs up, and the thumbs up does that.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, he asked for it.
Oh.
He asked for it. He said, do the thumbs down. I'm trying to do it. Big Vic knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
By the way, if any of you all are here for the...
Justin, thank you so much. That's very kind. Appreciate you, man.
If you are here for the KBF at all, if you come in town, we are kind of going to be hanging out at the KBF. That's the Kentucky Bourbon Festival in Bardstown.
Are you going down on Friday?
I will be down on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how my Friday is going to look for that because I think I'm going to have to work.
Okay. Well, I told Paul if you had to work that I was going to take him.
Well, I don't know if you can. Well,
he's going to be Zach.
But I might have to be the one to get my media pass.
We'll see. Let's see what we can do.
Us having media passes for KBF is funny.
Yeah.
Because there are some things that you're required to do and we haven't done them yet.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
Yeah. Anyways, so we're supposed to be at KBF.
We're going to be there. I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I know we'll at least be at the Bardstown party. You know what I still think we should do? We should ship your kids off. We should send your wife to hang out with my wife.
My kids are old.
Yeah, well, just tell them to leave.
They don't, where?
I don't care. It's your kids. Not my problem.
Well, I mean, he's dating a girl now, so maybe
you might want to watch that.
Yeah, that is true.
So we ship them out, and then we send my wife to go hang out with my wife and live there for the weekend, and then we just have your house, and then we're right outside of Bardstown in a massive, beautiful home. I'll bring a whole bunch of good bourbon. We'll invite all you guys. You all can come hang out. Then bam.
What does this say? I have to drink what? Tommy, what do I have to drink?
Oh. David, you have to drink 3 ounces or 3 ounce pour of Rio to get in.
I guess I'm not going. I guess I'm not going.
But anyways, I will definitely be there probably Friday evening. And then I will be there on Saturday all day. And then Sunday, I'll probably be back at work.
Yeah.
I plan on being there for all 3 days. And then something came up to where I have to go to Jack Daniels. So
be on the lookout for that. Gosh, dog it. He just mentioning Jack Daniels just because I'm going to be somewhere on vacation and I can't.
You'll be at Yellowstone, won't you?
I'll be in Yellowstone and Grand Tetons, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great. Oh, this is good. I really like this. I'm happy everything we've kind of drank tonight's been good to decent.
Gary, here's the truth. I try not to do real work for my channel either.
Stop. This is where I get mad. Just stop right now.
I'm going for the food in the media tent because they said there was food in there, so I'm excited about that.
Oh, Dalton, I actually have a little book at home that I'm writing everything down what I like
Dalton, we got cigars from Zatuna's up in Michigan when we were there. And
Had cigars.
And I think he smoked my 3 cigars that I got.
But you got 4 beers.
I did get 4 beers. Maybe we'll do a beer live stream. Anybody like stouts enough to do a beer live stream with Bourbon Kingdom?
I don't know about that.
Some of them will.
There will be somebody. Look,
Hey.
I'm going to be real simplistic about cigars. I am trying to figure out ones I like right now. I'm trying just to like something more than like the equivalent of like Basil Hayden of cigars. I've had a couple people send me some stuff, and supposedly it's been like really, really good stuff. I just haven't had a chance to try them yet. So I'm still trying to figure all that out. Yeah. I've liked cigars for a long time. I kind of got out of them mostly just because I think my wife didn't love that I smoked cigars. She was always okay with it, but she didn't love it. And then I just kind of got to the point like, I think I'm going to start smoking cigars. Helps me relax.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, we are staying in a place called Teutonia, just outside of Driggs, when we go to the Tetons and Yellowstone.
No, I don't think Georgia Tech covers tomorrow. I'm not betting that game, but I don't think they cover.
I would assume that they don't cover. Florida State is kind of, I think, they're coming back to be a power of the ACC, which means nothing really in football, but in the ACC it means a lot. So,
yeah,
I just hope you put a beat down. Do you all play? Oh, you all probably don't play Louisville this year, do you?
I don't know if they do play Louisville or not.
If you play Louisville, they seem to dirty dogs.
They always seem to get an easy schedule, which is fine because then they're ranked really high coming in for football.
Yeah,
and then they always talk a lot, and then they lose.
See you, Big Dick.
Upset. So
see you, buddy.
See you, man.
Stymie, listen, I like just about every kind of stout that you can. Yeah, I like oatmeal stouts. I like a lot of them. So,
Dalton, I am literally going to write that down, man.
Yeah, write it down so that we can remember. You probably can't come to the media tent and get in. I don't even know. Zach said we have some things to fill out, so I don't even know if we as media credentials can get in.
Well, it's just complicated.
Listen, I just want to show up and be like, Dave Parkerson, here's my media.
This is what Dave always wants to do. Dave just wants to show up and look.
Listen, I have ADHD, and it's hard for me to try to concentrate on real things.
Dave and I have done, outside of bourbon, a lot of big events in our lifetime together. Some that have been ungodly successful.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've had 5,000 people in a building that should only have 1,000 people at most.
Yeah.
So, like, we've done some awesome things. What Dave does great at, and what he's always done really, really well at, he's always put the right people in place to be successful and support those right people. But when it comes time for the moment, he just wants to soak it all in.
I do. I do.
So he's always kind of like, I just want to be here having fun because I'm happy. And I'm like, no, we got to work. He's like, I got something for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That is so true.
Boo Rye Knob Creek at $36.98. How many are you buying? Probably one, but I feel like that's a much better price than what I got.
On which one?
The Boo Rye from Knob Creek.
Oh yeah, I feel like it was like 50. I feel like it was.
I think I ended up getting it for like 50 something.
Yeah.
So that's a much better price on it.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good price. Is that like a Costco, Sam's, or where's that price at, or is that local for you guys? Look, Dennis, for the mortals and the media tent or whatever, I don't really know if the media tent's going to be awesome or not. Maybe it is. I don't know.
There's going to be food. That's what it says, food.
I think the food part will be nice. I think the networking part will be nice.
Yeah.
We've actually been invited by Cox's Evergreen we can set up shop with them.
Oh,
too.
Nice.
Yeah. So Mike's told me, he's like, hey man, you guys are more than welcome to come set up shop with us. So,
okay, cool.
But I want to, like, honestly, like, the biggest thing for me, in my opinion, for us going down there is networking.
Yeah.
So, and just talking to the
I'll hold the camera up and pretend to take pictures like beep, 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 beep.
Look important.
Yep. Hey, look, media.
Sam's. That makes sense. That's a much better price.
Yeah, that is a good price. Hey, listen, if you're around the Louisville, Southern Indiana area, if you want to pay $89.98 for a Weller Millennium, there's one at the Sam's in Clarksville.
Is it still there?
Yeah. I mean, who's buying that?
I don't know. Somebody bought that OFC.
Yeah, but that was a good price. Actually.
It was a good price.
Yeah, it was a good price. We just did a video on things that we were looking up, like upcoming releases that we were excited about. I mean, always. Again, I'm not a huge birthday bourbon fan, but if it's good, it's good. Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I'll get a chance to get a pour of it. But I put in the lottery. I have
150,000 of us.
Yeah, the guy that I work with, one of the guys I work with, just had a baby about a month ago, and so I'm trying to get him all of his special bottles if we can get them. And so the LE, the Four Roses LE, I'm looking forward to.
Well, you'll have an opportunity to get it.
Yeah, we will if you want to come hang out. I'm just hoping my name is drawn so I don't necessarily have to hang out. That would be nice.
Oh, Dave, not wanting to put in that work.
I put in the work. I put my email in. I put my Mellow Moments number in. I did all the stuff that I was supposed to do.
Dennis, that was obviously planned. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's one or two more LEs that come out that weekend.
Yes.
On purpose. And I know that because one distillery is ticked that Four Roses is doing this release because they thought, oh, nobody else released LEs last year. We'll release ours this year. So just FYI. Robert, talking about non-allocated releases. We've had some that we've looked for this year, like the Nom Creek 10-year and some others. Yeah. We've been able to get them. I know in certain areas, the 1924 is an allocated release. Kind of is here, but I just seen one of them sitting on a shelf today.
Yeah. So, I think the Bardstown, the high wheat, that's a non-allocated that just dropped today. Did it actually drop today? I feel like it dropped today.
Maybe.
I think you could pick it up at the distillery today. I'll be interested when it actually hits the stores, how people respond to it, because I think it's really, really good.
Tommy, I have asked, and as of right now, doesn't know anything different than what I've heard. And honestly, when it comes to everything Four Roses, we have some good friends down there, and some of that stuff's being held close to the vest. I'm just curious on the numbers.
There's an embargo on the information.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Talking about 1792 and talking about things that are non-allocated. I was looking at something today, and on one shelf, I seen Henry McKenna, Elijah Craig Toasted, 1792 full proof, 1792 bottle bond. And I was like, I know people are upset about certain things being too allocated and everything else.
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice seeing some of those things hit the shelf and stay on the shelf. It's available for people because those are not my favorite. Elijah Craig Toasted, I like bourbon. But it's nice seeing some of those at the shelf.
Yeah, if you're at the Heaven Hill Distillery, it sits on the shelf at the Heaven Hill Distillery.
Yeah, it does.
As well, there were grenades there the other day when I was there, just sitting on the shelf, probably 30 of them. There was probably 30 toasted. There was even the Batch B 524 was on the shelf as well. So there was lots of shelfers to be had, some things that were allocated for a while and now have kind of just been put onto the regular distribution, you would say.
Brian asks, were there really 900 barrels dumped of Russell's 15? I don't know. I've heard some crazy stories. I've heard there's 30,000 bottles. I've heard there's 60. I've heard there's 80 to 90. I don't know. I don't know if really anybody knows the actual what's going on, which is weird because
they've not hit our stores anywhere.
Supposedly it's going to be September.
Yeah.
Supposedly. We'll see. But Russell's 13 dropped super late last year.
Yeah.
Like we were the last state that got them outside of Wild Turkey. But with that being said, I don't know how many barrels. I don't know. If you think about it, some of these these barrels are 15 years old. So there's not going to be as much in there as what, the 10 or, the 8-year-old stuff would be. So they're going to be smaller, but man, it would just be rick houses of stuff that they would be pulling from depending on the floor and everything else that they're doing. So I don't know. I hope there is over 900 barrels into the blend because it is so fantastic. I want to flood the market.
Yeah.
That's what I really want.
Dalton, that is crazy that they did a pick of Foolproof and they still haven't gotten it. It was supposed to be last March.
Really?
I think they've hidden that bottle somewhere or forgotten that you all got a store pick of 1792.
Yeah, I wonder if they even got it shipped to the right thing or they lost it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll say this. Known a couple people, Dan and Sean were one of them, that have had issues with barrel picks through Sazerac.
Yeah.
And they have gotten them lined out, like, no problem.
Yeah.
So, honestly, you might want to have your liquor store owner reach out to them and be like, hey, what is going on with this?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Bourbon and Retriever, I've heard the same thing, that more 15 dropped in Virginia than Russell's 13. I've actually heard that in that state. I think it was like South Carolina, North Carolina, maybe. Yeah. One of those states that more have dropped to that. So I think I'm pretty convinced that the 15-year-old blend is bigger than last year's 13 or maybe any of the 13s. I just don't know if it's that much.
Yeah.
What some people are saying.
Yeah.
So
I guess we'll figure that out at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
15, 16. Yeah. All right. Well, do we have anything else we need to drink? Oh, I guess we can. Well, actually, I was just bringing this to you because this is the Four Roses that was left here. It's Beverage Warehouse.
Oh, nice.
So you can just have that.
Oh, good. I'll drink that up.
So do we have anything else that we need to talk about?
Nick, we haven't seen, unless you went to the distillery, we haven't seen the 15 either. So
yeah, it's only been at Wild Turkey, all 700 plus bottles of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's the only thing I will tell you guys this. I know the gift shop at Wild Turkey gets a percentage of, getting tired over there, old man?
No, just
long day.
Played golf all day today.
Poor baby.
Yeah.
I know they get a percentage of the total allocation for the gift shop. So they put out around 700 bottles, and we've always been told it's around 3% of total allocation. If so, that would be a little less than, or it'd be like on par of last year's Russell's 13, like a little bit more.
Yeah.
Maybe. But if it's like around like the 80,000 bottle mark that people are talking about, I think they'd have more.
Yeah. Tommy, thanks for the just a reminder. Listen, if you've been on here or you just got on here and just kind of catching up or whatever, we did officially launch Patreon today. It is tagged up at the top of the chat. If you are interested in that all, just click on that link and you can kind of go to our Patreon page and all that good stuff. So super cool stuff. We have some stuff lined up for future live streams. Like we've got some old Dusties that we haven't poured yet.
Yeah.
That were given to us, and just some cool stuff's coming down the line, and all that good stuff. So it's been a lot of fun trying to get this thing up and running and kind of going the way we want it to, and we want to do it right because I feel like the first few times we did live streams, we did them just to do them.
Yeah, true.
And didn't really have the kinks worked out. And so we still don't completely have the kinks worked out, but we are, I feel like, in a better place technologically for ourselves. Mm-hmm. And so it's been a lot better, a lot more smooth process for it. So
yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's about everything. So I feel like I should probably get ready to go because I have to get up and start driving at like 4 a.m.
Oh yeah. I don't have to get up at 4 a.m. I get to sleep in a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Guys, this has been fun. I love the interaction. It's been a lot of fun. and all that good stuff. David, 13.1
Patreon sign up bonus.
The bonus was the Rio, but it already got given away. So the one bonus that was up is now.
Maybe that should be a thing. Maybe I should bring like a partially open bottle.
Yeah.
That we have just sitting around.
Yeah.
And I'll just let you figure out how to give it away every live stream.
Yeah. Raise your hand if you want a free bottle. That's how we'll do it. Now we'll do some fun stuff with it.
No, Tommy, I am not chugging any of that crap. So I don't have it in me.
The Malort, I mean, I tried it 2 years ago, and it's like you try it once and you just kind of be done with it.
Yeah, true. Anyways,
So,
all right. Well, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Love you guys. Like I said, the Patreon it's going. It will be a thing that I don't want to say we learn together because I think we have a good grasp on it.
Yeah.
But we have some fun things that we're going to do. We have some fun barrel picks.
Yeah.
Coming
up and all
that we have
stuff
lined up already.
Yeah.
That I think that we're going to do. And then we have some future ones that I am still trying to work on. And then also some of it's going to be like just asking you guys what you all want. Like, what do you want us to try? And obviously we know all the big boy ones you all want, but like some of the more off the beaten path ones will be fun. So
yeah, for sure.
Anyways, Dickel Tabasco. Tommy, stop. Tommy being Tommy. All right, guys.
We will definitely do more lives. Zach's going on vacation this week, so we definitely won't get one next week, but we will probably do one the following week.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. We'll see you. Just be on the lookout for our videos. Those usually kind of let you all know when they're coming up. And then if you want to sign up for Patreon, it's right there at the top. So see you guys next time.
See ya.